welcome to Let Them Talk. I'm Paul DeRienzo.
And I'm Miss Joan Marie Musi.
And we have quite a fascinating and interesting show. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to move you guys a little over.
Okay,
Sorry
sure.
about that. We have a fascinating show today. It's a live show. We're live, as you can see. You can call us up. I didn't put the number on. We might not have time to get to the numbers, but if you...
Because we have a lot to do tonight.
We have a lot to do, so we'll do it today. But here's our webpage, and you can check out our show and archives of past shows at that address, youtube.com/letthemtalk. Again, I'm Paul DeRienzo with Joan Musi, and Joan is going to introduce our guests.
And our guests tonight are Solomon Singer, who's here from, thank you so much for coming. Welcome to the show. And he's here from the 5 Boro Dance Challenge.
That's right. It's coming up in actually just a little bit over a week, May 4th through 6th.
Here in New York City.
Yeah, at right across the street from Carnegie Hall, 877th Avenue.
And it is a same-sex ballroom, would you call it ballroom or partnering dance competition?
We'd say partner dance because it's not just ballroom. For example, Friday night's going to be country western partner dance, and Sunday's going to have 2 different types of swing, hustle, and salsa. And so it's just Saturday that's just ballroom and Latin.
And I see from the posters, these are the posters, one with a male couple and one with a female couple.
We can walk a little closer to the camera.
Okay, and just show them.
Just go right ahead. That's good right there. Johnny, pull back a little bit. There you go. Great.
Great.
Beautiful posters.
Very nice. So this is not like a gay guy with a drag queen.
No. In fact, this is... well, it could be, but...
But it's not exclusively that.
No, so same-sex dancing started in Europe about 25 years ago. It's just like Dancing with the Stars, the ballroom part of these, except 2 men dancing together and 2 women dancing together. And aesthetically, people make different choices, but what tends to be the choice is 2 equals dancing together. So it's a really interesting thing, and...
But people, do they do lifts and...
They can. Lifts are generally reserved for the theatrical portion. So, for example, a show unlike anything on Broadway will be Saturday night, May 5th, and after that will be a show dance competition, and both of those will incorporate lifts.
Do you have a website people can go to learn more?
We do.
Go ahead with it, because we're going to mention it a few times.
Okay. It's www.5BORODANCE.com, and just in case...
There it is. www.5borodance.com.
5 the number. Right. And Boro, B-O-R-O.
Right, and we'll be mentioning that again later on, and we'll be talking more about the website and what you guys are offering. You're going to show us an example of what you mean by same-sex dancing. We have dance partners here at this moment.
In fact, so I could not possibly have done this event by myself. I'm doing it with my other half, Richard McMurrick, and our friend Don Reich. And we're going to show you a little bit of West Coast swing, which is a type of swing dance. And first you're going to see Richard and I dance together, and then you're going to see Dawn and Richard dance together, so you see a little bit of all of us.
All right, great. So why don't we show...
Are we ready to demonstrate?
Oh, okay. Demonstration, and then we can talk
And then we'll talk more, because I have a lot of questions.
Let me set up here a little bit.
Okay, put the music on.
Music on?
Okay, great. All right, that was wonderful. Wow.
Wow. Wow, what a great
You guys are really
Yeah.
good dancers.
Well,
I'd like to say this is a very limited amount of space to be doing a dance routine in, and so I just want to congratulate you to do such an amazing routine in like literally about 3 square feet.
Well,
We move you guys over just
Oh,
a
yeah.
little
Oh,
bit
sure.
there. It's fine.
one of the things
Good.
that's so cool about a lot of these dances is that they are primarily social dances. So that wasn't a routine. That was just us having fun to music. And like Friday night and Saturday night at our event, which
Oh, anyone will be able to
anyone
dance.
will be able to dance. It's going to be a social dance, and you should come by. You should come
Oh,
by.
I would love
and
to.
you should try some new stuff. And if people are worried that they won't know how to do these dances, we're having workshops all day on Saturday.
Oh, to teach people.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. You mentioned Dancing with the Stars, which I'm a huge fan. I love the show. I love all dance shows. I even watched Dance Fever with Danny Terrio.
I had a friend on that, actually.
Oh, I loved that show. But I wanted to ask you about what you thought about Heather Mills, because she's expanding sort of the idea of who can dance.
Well, you know, I think what Heather Mills is doing is wonderful. I think that what that show is doing is wonderful in that it's creating an awareness of what we do. We do partner dancing, and that show shows partner dancing.
Now, do you think they'll ever have a same-sex couple?
I would really like it. In Australia, in the Australian version, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
They
Okay.
have a same-sex couple in the Australian version. But what I was going to say is, the thing about Dancing with the Stars and all of these shows is they're showing, especially when it's celebrity-oriented, we're getting awareness because of the celebrities, but people have been dancing in wheelchairs, people have been dancing. I know a guy who does shows on one leg. He has only one leg, he leads.
Oh, he doesn't use a prosthetic leg.
No, he doesn't use prosthetic. He leads. What leading is when I move you. That's called leading.
Oh,
He
I wanted to ask about that too. When you have a same-sex couple, how do you decide who leads? I mean, is that a conscious decision that's made, or?
Well, so in a competition.
Because in a male-female couple, it's traditional for the man to lead.
Yes, it is.
I mean, that's pretty set.
Yes, although in a lot of couples, at least my parents' age, the woman leads anyway.
And the guy complains.
Yes. When you're in a competition, almost universally, you'll have a routine. And what Richard and I do when we compete, for example, we were the gold medalists at the Gay Games in Country Western, and we were United States Rising Star champions in Latin American dancing. When we compete, our routines are choreographed so that we will switch, lead, and follow within the routine. Because as I said,
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
so you trade off
Yeah, we
when you
really like to
choreograph
show-
it. Yeah.
we like to show that idea of two equals dancing with each other, not someone dominating someone else,
Right.
but a conversation. So, and that's what's, I think, very attractive about same-sex dancing, and what I hope when you come to the event you'll see, that, you see two people who are equal energy, equal power, dancing with each other.
That's really interesting.
Why don't we introduce the other dancers? Why don't you guys
Yeah,
join
come on
us
over.
here? You're welcome to join us here. And I'll let you
Come
do
on
the
in,
introductions. Go right ahead. Use the mic.
Are we all in? Yeah.
This is
Okay,
Dawn
good.
Reich.
You don't have to hold that close. It's fine. Oh, like
is
that.
Dawn.
That's good. A little closer like that. That's fine.
This is Dawn Reich, who is, it's her fault that I do partner dancing. I did ballet and jazz, and she dragged me to my first partner dance party.
All right.
And
And her aunt is my dance teacher,
That's right.
by the way,
Dancing in my family, yeah.
Tamar.
And this is Richard McMurray, my other half, who I also dance with.
Yes. We do dance together.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing it?
I've been dancing for about 15 years.
All
Started
right.
doing country western. I'm originally from Arizona, so I did a lot of two-step and West Coast swing and that kind of dancing. Excuse me, I didn't start really partner dancing, same-sex partner dancing until I moved to New York City. And Salman and I met at a dance competition, and we started dancing together then, and then we decided to start competing together when our female partners, both at the same time, by their husbands, got pregnant. And we weren't able to dance with them, so now we dance with each other.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
What an interesting transition.
It was fun.
Well, tell us a little bit more about the preparations. You said there was these competitions. Tell us a little bit about the international competition.
Right, do you travel around?
Is it a thing is it sort of like the Olympics, where you build up to greater and greater competitions up to the international level? Is that well organized?
Some.
It's almost that well organized. It's getting that well organized. You know,
So this is a developing area. Mm-hmm.
And we like to think that the Boro Dance Challenge is part of the process of this getting more organized, especially in the U.S., because there have only been regular competitions in the U.S. for about 3 years. Mm-hmm. This is the first one of its size in New York. And in fact,
cutting edge.
yeah, we're very cutting edge. We have a website. Did we tell you about the website? It's www.5BORODANCE.com.
And we got it right here. 5 Boro, BORO dance.com. All right, and we encourage folks to go and check out the websites of all our guests. So it's Billy. So I saw the movie. Joni turned me on to the movie Ballroom Dancing. Right? Have you seen that movie?
No,
Strictly
Strictly
Ballroom.
Ballroom. Yeah,
Strictly
it's
Ballroom.
one of my favorite movies.
Right, it's a very funny movie. Fascinating. Tell us, are there such a wide variety of characters there for so many different reasons? Is that movie accurate?
Yeah. I mean, all different genres
great.
have different types of people. I'm basically from the country western world, and there's a certain amount of characters there, and then you have swing, and then there's ballroom, and it's very different.
Mm-hmm.
Each competition that you go to, it's very, not segregated, but very special. Everything's a specialty and very different. And what we're trying to do in our event is incorporate all.
Oh, great. Bring everybody together.
We have country, we have ballroom, we have swing, we have Latin, which is kind of uniting.
So there isn't one kind of music that's more that lends itself more to what you guys are trying to do. Is it?
Not.
It could be anything.
It could be anything, and the trends of the world. I mean, remember Urban Cowboys, so it was country for a while, and then salsa was big. And in New York, we're very lucky to have a mix. There's always something to do somewhere. You just need to find it.
Right.
Now, what about costumes? I'd like to hear about that.
That's
Like,
the
what
fun part.
extremes do people go to?
We have Richard and I have closets just filled with costumes.
I have closets
Rhinestones.
of shoes.
Okay.
Dance
I have
shoes.
lots of shoes.
Dance
So-
shoes. The costumes are, you have costume designers that do primarily costumes for, dancing, ballroom dancing. You have
No, I noticed
ideas.
that on the website, that there's a particular company that does a lot of designing for just ballroom dance.
There's
like-
more than one.
There's a
We
lot.
have, like, for example, at our event, showcasing some of their costumes will be Designs to Shine.
Yeah.
They're
So it's like people that do
they do
mainly
yeah.
like skating costumes
Right,
or
and
something. It's a
some people
specialty.
do skating, costumes do the ballroom because it's kind of the same. The
Right.
regulations are sort of similar. Now, in the country world, they relaxed some of their costuming regulations because people wanted to be out there and show what
Now, do you have
they've
those
done.
ruffly pants for the country?
No, women have to, well, not anymore. They used to have to wear skirts, and there was regulations on how high above the knee, and men had to wear pants, and they had to have the big belt buckles and hats, but you have to dance in cowboy boots.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
They-
that's
Country
interesting.
Western, so I
Okay.
have like several dozen pair of cowboy boots.
For all the different outfits.
Absolutely.
but as Don said, the regulations there are relaxed, and the styles in general with ballroom costumes tend to be like style with anything. It changes. Like one of our volunteers at the event, Leamington Ridley, is working on making costumes that specifically look like things you could wear out to a party now. And so really, you could have any different style thing. You could have something that looks like a suit, but it's made so that you can dance in it. You could have something that looks like two pieces of Twizzler intertwined.
But you can dance.
It's still the same. Like certain people should not wear certain things. But people can, and they do, and it's fun.
It looks like a lot of fun.
What's interesting with the same-sex dancing at our event is that you have two men dancing international Latin, let's say, with Latin costuming, and And there are some couples that choose to then wear, you know, maybe like a sash or something to distinguish who's following and who's leading. And then there are other couples that do not. And one will wear a bright color, one will wear like a pink or a blue or something to differentiate. But it's really interesting to see some of the Europeans, like there's a female couple that they have a tux that's full tails, and half of it is black, the other half's white. So when they're standing next to each other, it makes a white tux, and when they're on the other side, they're wearing a black tux, and even their shoes down to their socks and everything. So it gets pretty elaborate.
That's a cool idea. I like that. Yeah.
Well, speaking of creative, you guys want to dance some more? Do you have anything else for us?
Or maybe you could show me something.
Well, why don't we show both Paul and Joan a little bit of salsa basic, because that's something you can always do in New York, and it's really easy to do in a tight space.
Okay,
So,
sounds good.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to step off to give you guys some room, and I'm going to let Solomon teach this.
Okay, great.
Okay, Dawn, I want you here so that when we're done, you can dance with Joan.
Okay.
Okay, so
Do you want to hook the music up?
I'll get you there in a second.
Okay.
First
Start
of all,
with
let's
the
learn the
steps.
basics.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we're going to start with our left foot, and we're going to go forward. We're going to go forward, back, together. And now with the right foot, go back, forward, together. Don't go too far back because there's a wall.
Right.
We'll try that again. We have forward, back, together, back, forward, together.
Now you're not supposed to look at your feet,
You're
right?
not supposed
Okay.
to see. I'm looking at your feet right now to make sure that
Me
you're
too. I was
thing.
like,
And they
I
are.
was you like,
And they are. Okay, so now, obviously, you don't do this by yourself. You do this with a partner. So Dawn is
Right.
going to be your partner. Dawn, would you like
Okay.
to follow?
I can leave.
Oh, you're going to lead?
You're going to lead? Okay.
So this is the hold. You automatically went right to the hold.
Okay,
so
good.
You're going to start with your left foot forward. Dawn, you're going to start with your right
left,
foot back.
okay.
And you're going to go quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. All right, you keep practicing. I'm going to find some music real quick.
Okay, good. Isn't there any hip action in this?
Oh, absolutely. Just keep going. Just whatever feels natural.
Okay.
There you go.
Oops, I think I screwed up.
Well, that's 1 and 2,
Okay.
3.
There is definitely hip action, but you have to be able to get your feet right.
Get the
before you can
steps
have legs.
first, right?
And it should, as Dawn said, it
So when you
should
step
happen
forward,
as
when
you're
you step
doing
back,
it.
just stick your head. Give me. There you go.
Okay.
That's it. Now give me this
You're
one.
not going to believe this, Solomon, when you see how well we're doing.
Give me this one. Give me that one.
You guys look good.
Give me this one.
You're going to have to go compete in our salsa competition on Sunday at the Boro Dance Challenge. I guess any of these will work.
Give me. There you go. Push that one away.
Good play.
This one. Yes.
I don't know if my feet are doing the right thing.
No, you're doing fine. Why don't you try, Dawn, you can get her to side breaks?
No.
Okay, we'll leave it at this then.
Let me look at my. Oops.
Sorry, I was trying to hold this and so
So, Paul, is this a let him talk first?
Yes, this will let him talk first.
I thought you were going to dance, Paul.
I'm up to my neck here in electronics.
I was going to ask you, like, this isn't just gay people, though, right? I mean, to me, there's perfectly interesting to a heterosexual person, too.
Dawn's not gay.
I'm married, and I support this because in my life, I always wanted to dance with my best friends, who were all women.
Well, I dance with other girls all the time.
Well, in the mainstream competition, you can. It's
But how
says
many
male,
straight
female.
guys will dance with another
There are
guy?
some because they
A
want to
few.
be big fish. They want to be big fish in a little pond.
Oh, I see. So they can stand out. Yeah.
Right, and it's less pressure. It's more fun.
There was actually 2 couples in Chicago at the Gay Games dancing International Latin, where 2 of the men were straight and dancing with gay men. And it's just all about dancing.
Right.
We don't really
Oh, I think
look
that's
at
It's
it.
not a
wonderful.
sexual- It's not a sexual preference competition. It's a gender.
We also figured that it was really hard to determine for sure if you were really gay.
Who is it?
We tried a couple of different litmus tests,
But nothing's really
Right,
working.
and we're not going to say prove it.
By the way, we do have a phone number for folks who want to call in. It's 212-757-1538. 212
Yeah, give us a call.
757-1538, and we're here to take your calls and to answer any questions you might have, and to even deflect those out there who might not be all together. We'll take it all. All right. Again, our number 212-757-1538. It's fascinating watching you guys do it and actually showing people. What tips can you give folks in the audience, in our
who are trying to learn?
yeah, home viewers? How would you start this if you watch this and want to get involved? How do you go about it?
Well, if you want to get involved over the next week and a half, the best thing to do would be to come to our event, the Boro Dance Challenge.
Right, and meet everybody who's into it.
Like the workshops and
Workshops all day long on Saturday, so that would actually be a great way to start. And but there are a number of dance studios in New York. There are a number of social dance parties. Some people like to start by going to a party that advertises a free workshop before the party. Pick a type of music you like to dance to, and that's a great way to start.
and relax.
And have fun.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Like Solomon
Well,
said before.
classes are always it with
Yeah.
dance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the best to
That's-
take a
What
class
Solomon said
regularly.
before, it is a conversation. Like we're sitting here talking now. It is a conversation on the dance floor. And it's smooth and it flows and it's fun.
What is the popularity? We were talking earlier about programs like
Dance shows,
dance
yeah.
shows and whatever that seem to be extremely popular, and they're popping up all over the place. What is it? What now is something happening? Why is dance catching on? What are people
Because the
seeing?
women wear really tiny costumes.
How is that it?
You know, I think it's more than that. Actually, I think that dance has always been something very entertaining, and it's just that it never had a real format. And now that it has this format, people are really reacting well to it.
Yeah, reality TV provided a sort of forum
Exactly.
for dance. And the thing about Dancing with the Stars that I think is so great is that it shows that people without dance training can learn to do it.
Exactly.
But
Without
it's
two
not
legs.
easy. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well,
Anybody.
it takes commitment like anything else. It's
Practice. It's sort of athletic also.
It's very athletic.
It's dance is also something that you can do. You know, you learn to do as a child with your mother or your father. But then, whenever you go to a social event like a wedding or a party of some kind, there's always some kind of dancing. So I think that it's something that most Americans enjoy and want to be able to do. And you know, a lot of people come to take lessons for their wedding dance, and you know, and then they hopefully will continue dancing from there. And I think that there's a big string of people dancing because of that.
Now, when I was growing up in the South, they had ballroom dance classes for children, which they called cotillion, and you would go and...
Which they've resurrected now in the public schools.
Oh, really?
Did you guys see Mad Hot Ballroom?
I saw that. I
was
loved
in
that.
that.
Oh, were you?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
That's
What was
it.
that? Describe what
Yeah,
that is.
tell us about that movie.
So there's a program in the public schools called Dancing Classrooms, and what happens is they bring teachers into the classrooms, and usually it's in a prep period, and for 10 weeks, the kids get 2 dance lessons a week in up to 6 dances, and at the end they have a culminating event, so they get to show off what they've learned, and then they have the option, the schools have the option whether or not to enter their kids into a citywide competition circuit created by the Dancing Classrooms program, and Mad Hot Ballroom was a documentary that followed it.
Which was great. The kids were adorable.
What was
oh
your
my
role in
God.
it?
Well, I was a teacher in the program, and so it's, as I said, it's a documentary. So in
Right.
the documentary, they show me and working.
What's the reaction of the young people?
It varies. Some communities, it's like anything else in the public schools. If the parents are behind the school, if the school has the wherewithal to support its population,
It's
then
also very cultural. Americans tend to not be free with their dancing, but some cultures, the Latin culture, it's a way of life. And they
It's
don't...
nothing unusual.
No, right. You know, there's no stigma associated with a man dancing or anything like that. It's just happening all over the world. And now the Americans are starting to catch on.
Right,
And,
I see.
And have a good time and
We're
and
getting that
enjoy
puritanical thing off our backs
Absolutely.
about
I
dancing.
hope so.
Dancing wasn't allowed. I mean, it still isn't allowed in New York in certain locations. You need a special license. And
you
others.
do
I mean,
with
they do it really hard.
the gosh darn cabaret licenses.
Yeah,
That's
cabaret.
right.
And
Right,
they're
but it's
getting
still-
tougher. They're getting tougher and tougher to obtain them.
I see.
So
So it's getting harder
competitions
to
like ours,
dance.
competitions like ours are really important for the people to come and social dance all night Friday night, all night Saturday. We have the ballroom open 24/7 from
We have two
Friday,
ballrooms
2
on
ballrooms
Friday-
on
on
Saturday,
Saturday.
right?
Now, what are you doing for music? Will there be a live band, or are you going to have a DJ? Or?
Yep, we will have a DJ Friday night doing the country western party. We will have a DJ all day Saturday playing competition music for the ballroom and Latin. Then we have a show, our show is Saturday night where we'll have a DJ. then we will have a swing room open also Saturday night. So if people don't want to come for the show, they can go to the swing room, which is going to be playing West Coast swing, salsa,
The
hustle.
California mix.
Yeah.
It'll do a lot of everything because we want not just competitors to come.
Then when the show is over, then you can go either to the upstairs swing room or you can go into the main ballroom and hang out and dance with us until when we're all done, 4 or 5 in the morning.
Where are you located?
We are going to be at the Park Central Hotel.
877th Avenue. 877th Avenue.
And that's right across from Carnegie
Carnegie
Hall.
Hall.
It's
And
very
it's going to be
centrally located for everyone to get to.
Down the block from Hooters.
Do some dancing there too.
Different kind of dancing.
and it's May 4th, 5th, and 6th.
So that's a week from this weekend.
It's exactly.
It is.
It
Oh my.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
What's your webpage?
Oh,
There it is.
www.5 Boro is BORO dance like dance.com.
And you can get all the details there about what's happening the whole weekend.
Schedule and
Right.
The schedule of
everything that's
events,
going
who's
on.
involved. Now, do you have judges for the competition?
we're flying judges in from all over the country and also from the UK and Canada.
all over the world. We're getting
Yeah, we're getting people.
Well, we got a minute to go. Do you think we want to go and do a little dance for the
You wanna
last minute?
dance
Can we
out?
all jump in and like
Why
just
not?
have some
You
fun?
two practice your salsa, and Richard and I can do some salsa.
Okay, sounds
We
good.
got a minute. So
Paul,
play-
you can handle the.
Yeah, I'll handle.
I'd have to remember. Should we practice? Oh wait, this way. Oh, hold on. Let me grab this to get it out. I think we better go this way for the. You guys go on this side because of the
Actually, we'll
cord.
turn around.
Okay.
So we don't need.
Oh, okay. All right, go back first. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep bumping your knees.
Okay, well, we're just a little. There we go. I just put the feet.
The biggest temptation is to look down.
Yes, and when you social dance, you're like, oh my, you know, this
Checking,
person's
right.
You know, step on my feet, is going to spin me into a pole. You know. We're talking, we're dancing. We're having
It's
a-
really fun.
we're
Yeah,
having a
I love it.
Be happy.
What do you think, Paul? How am I doing?
You're doing great. You're all doing great.
I'm the elementary student compared to these
You know,
guys.
sometimes it's just fun doing basics. You have to practice.
It is,
You
right.
have to do. You have to know.
Check out the website.
Thanks for coming, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
I lose confidence, you know, and I start to think I'm not
That's why
doing
you
it right.
know. That's why you do the basics. You just do it.